Hey guys, Gus here with DeFi Media, and of course, day one at Futurist Blockchain here in Canada. And of course, I've got the pleasure of speaking with Dennis from Nominis, an incredible technology company that's actually going in depth and making sure that these transactions are all compliant. We've all heard of KYC, but what about KYT? There's so much more in depth to it. There's so much more that's happening in the background. And guess what? Dennis is going to tell us more about it. Dennis, what brings you here to Futurist? Please tell me more.
First of all, great to be here.
Wonderful.
It's my first time in Toronto, so that's a good enough excuse, I would say.
Gotcha. The city's beautiful, right?
Beautiful city, and very friendly people.
Yes, very friendly.
I'm very happy to be here.
Good.
I was last year the first time in Futurist in Miami.
Okay, yes, at the Hard Rock.
Yeah, so the second Futurist, first time Toronto.
Well, we hope we come back to the Hard Rock again this year.
Yeah, definitely. But I have to say, it's great to be here. And I think correlated to Miami here, there's a lot more discussions on compliance. I see a lot of colleagues from the industry that I know from other companies, and so it's very positive, I would say, where the industry is coming together to find out how to grow the business while keeping out the bad and focusing on the good.
Absolutely. It's very important to come out here, connect with people. But what about Nominis? What is Nominis looking to connect with people out here? What are you guys designing or building for these companies in this future of Web3 and decentralized finance for us?
Sure. So Nominis is a company, a startup backed by MasterCard and Fireblocks CEO.
Oh, wow.
We launched around 3 years ago.
Okay.
And 3 years ago, the focus was on compliance and security. Very quickly, we realized that the most pain today is still in compliance. So around 2 years ago,
it's not getting compliant; it's staying compliant.
Yeah, exactly.
Staying compliant.
So 2 years ago, there was a mini pivot where what you see today of Nominis is the full focus on what we do.
Okay.
And I would say there's three main pillars. One, to understand what's happening on the blockchain. Two, understanding who's associated with that, right? Because if you look at, for example, you mentioned KYC.
Yes.
KYC is a lot simpler because you have your passport or you show something very concrete already. The challenge of the blockchain is knowing who is behind the wallet, right? Because that's all anonymous. So the whole secret sauce lies in the wallet attribution. So we combine what's happening on the blockchain with information from the deep web, open web, dark web, and geointelligence that analyzes behavior and more to tell the full context of who's behind the wallet. Okay. And once you understand who's behind the wallet, you can also show who have they interacted with, and all of that gives you a clear picture if you can trust this wallet or not.
Absolutely. You talked about a little bit earlier about security, because you said it best. You might know who's at the internet in that wallet, but who have they interacted with? How did that affect the other opposite end? So there's this consistency, because you got to only KYC once, but you got to stay compliant forever in every single transaction. And every time a failed transaction, there's a security breach, something might occur, there might be some sort of breach. And you guys are not just helping prevent that, you're trying to do predictive modeling that'll help make sure that doesn't happen in any future transactions on their stream as well.
So unfortunately, we can't really prevent the breach because that's more on the security side.
Okay.
What we can do though, unfortunately, we have been personally unknown victims who got their money stolen or were part of a breach. What we can do is to react in real time, to get in touch with these crypto exchanges, to say, hey, many of your users were breached. Please have a look. Please stop what's happening. That's what we can do.
So it's instantaneous reaction to prevent as much damage as getting happened.
Yes. Now that's on the bridge and recovery of funds side. On the other side, there's other stuff that's happening. For example, also really, it's a heavy topic. It's not but
keep it light.
Human trafficking.
Okay.
It's a heavy topic.
Yes.
And the only way we can prevent and fight that is by highlighting where these funds go through and to stop that as well. Right?
Very true. Very true.
And we can't do that unless there is financial institutions, crypto exchanges who care about that, who collaborate with us, and who work with us in collaboration to stop this.
I think it's not just about human trafficking as well. I think that now you've touched on something that goes, governments are looking to make sure there's no illegal or preventing the black markets. All these hackers that steal millions to billions of dollars. That's something that's one of the government has become very interested in making and identifying these people that are these bad actors in this industry. So there always has to be someone that's being compliant, because as we go forward in this technology, governments will have more and more restrictions on the type of information that they will require to transact. And I think that the Nominis comes in and can keep building upon that.
Yeah, actually, when we look at the geopolitical situation in the world, the volume goes up in terms of illicit funding, the more sanctions there are in the world. So like in 2024, we spoke about $50 billion in illicit funding. You know how much it was last year?
How much?
Guess.
Half a trillion.
No. But over $150 billion.
$150 billion.
So it's more than doubled. And we don't know what's going to be this year, but basically what I'm trying to say is the more sanctions there are in the world, the more these bad actors are trying to get into the crypto space and obviously whitewash their money. But that's only a small part of crypto, right? It's not the main crypto. But if we manage to push this out, we can all enjoy a better, open, innovative system.
No,
that's the goal of it, right? To make sure that crypto can keep growing while keeping out the bad.
So it's funny that you mentioned that, because we're talking about mostly about humans, but the reality is there's 8 billion humans, but we're going to have how many billions of AI agents are we going to really have? So we're talking about worried about their transactions and they're staying compliant with them. What happened when these AI agents are transacting at speeds that humans can't even conceive, which is happening right now? So how is Nominis approaching these AI or these AI agents right now to help stay compliant? Because they're going to start communicating at ways and at speeds that incomprehensible. So that's why I said half a trillion, because I believe that it might be, it started 50 billion, 150 billion, but what is it going to be in 2 or 3 years now with the exponential growth of the AI agents making these transactions now? How are you guys approaching this?
So it's one of my favorite topics.
Got you. Perfect.
I'm one of the, I think, I don't hear the term a lot, but I guess in a year from now, you will hear this every day.
Okay.
KYA.
KYA. Oh, wow. Know your AI, right?
Or know your agent. Know your agent.
Know your agent.
Yes. And all of these companies are now obviously experienced with that. They're giving a crypto wallet to an AI agent. Now the AI agent can start paying by themselves.
Very true.
Now, one thing that doesn't change, the money still needs to come from somewhere.
I mean, yes, of course.
Which is good. The AI agent has gotten the money from somewhere. So you can still trace where the money came from. But what you said is 200% right, that the speed and the scale of it will be hard to keep up with. Now, if you look at the history of the blockchain analytics market, historically, most of the tools are investigation first tools where you have a user interface, you go through, you investigate manually. They won't be able to keep up with the speed and scale of KYA, of agents paying.
You're going to need cloud computing to fight cloud computing.
So you need to give
power,
compliance into the hands of the agents,
yes,
so they can do their own compliance. But that sounds all very futuristic. Basically, all what it is, you need to make sure compliance can be done in an API first way. So like, the same way you have two applications today interact with each other, the same way you should be able to give all that data to an AI so it can do the investigation, because in the end of the day, an AI is only as good as the data context that it has, right?
True.
And where does the data context come from? The wallet attribution.
Yes.
Because, the on-chain is very easy to get. It's just what's happening on the blockchain. The hard part is combining it with what's happening off-chain and share intelligence. So that's the basic of what Nominis does. And because of that, it's very easy for us to now be dynamic and already better launch the KYA trend that's happening. Yeah.
So you guys are just on the tip of the iceberg, really, because it sounds like your company Nominis has the ability to really not just handle what's happening now. You guys are looking forward into the future of how you're going to do again. KYA. Yeah. I mean, I got to admit, until we had this conversation, I did not really conceptualize that, and it's something that seems so apparent and so obvious, but it's not obvious to everybody yet because it's not happening at the speed that we're talking about. That's incredible, actually. Yeah. So that's the thing. What do you see the growth of Nominis now in the next 3 to 5 years? What do you see adapting or changing as a company that's going to be imperative to the KYA, as you said?
So, startup years are like 1 year is 10 years, right?
Yes. So they age you fast.
Yeah. So I think, first of all, this next year is going to be really the year of AI.
Yes.
Obviously. I mean, I'm not telling you something new.
No.
But what we're going to see is many of these teams or platforms that are offering it, the success is only going to depend on one thing. How good is the underlying data? Because with AI, it's very easy to build something that looks nice, but for it to work at scale and production, again, it's all back to the basics. I've been in the data space for almost 9 years now.
The official
it's the same thing that was 9 years ago. 9 years ago, it was your BI, your business intelligence, is only as good as the data that you put in.
A nice GUI doesn't mean there's a great background
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
for security.
So the world is changing and adapting, but the data is the foundation of everything.
Put your hands
And
together.
our data is the
for
intelligence,
Andre,
which we're
the
going to just double down on.
founder of AP Excellent.
Incredible, incredible. So I see there's great growth from Nominis. Do you guys plan to one day maybe do an IPO in the future, or give some sort of crypto that allows people to invest in the future?
Yeah, so right now we're at the seed stage.
Okay, the seeding stage.
So we're still early stage to talk about an IPO, but of course we're planning on creating a huge company. We have today, we have an entity in the US, we're based in Israel, we're expanding. Personally, I just traveled for 12 months all over the world last year. I was in the US.
Trying to increase that seed round, right? Get more funding as well.
We had the C round, but
you're not going to have more seed rounds in the future, though?
not seed. The next one is the A, but
okay.
Talk about that another time. But basically, today I think the crypto is a small space, but a space with the beauty of it is you have to meet in person because the community is tight. And so spending 3 months in the US, spending 4 months in Australia, 3 months in Asia, building those strong partnerships. Recently, we had a chief business officer join, Eran.
Oh, wow.
30 years of cybersecurity experience that he's now taking into the crypto space.
Wonderful.
So a team of very smart people, Sneer the CEO, intelligence background. Again, very smart people, working hard. I think the main goal is to help our customers. And it doesn't matter if you're a small startup or law enforcement or financial institution. We have an easy to start with offering commercial-wise and technical-wise. So everyone can be compliant and just focus on their business. Now, for anyone that's at the crypto conference here, we have 3 months of free trial.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is something we don't do. We never do that. We are very strict about having a 1 week because we are very much aligned on it. We help to make sure they get what they need in a week and they are very quickly able to start.
Wonderful.
But for this conference specifically, because it's our first time in Canada, we said this is what we're going to do. And
guys, everybody here at Futuristic Blockchain Conference, if you're looking for 3 months, right now, Anonymous, please come find Dennis over here. He's going to hook you up. He's going to make sure that your company is compliant and help you build for the future as well. Thank you very much, Dennis.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time and everything. I think that Anonymous has a great future. Guys, keep your eyes on it. Keep your wallets filled, and hopefully in the future, I know you're done with your seed round, but for your next investment rounds, maybe you have more opportunity for the future.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the next one, guys.
Thank you.